Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Appreciate you taking a few moments. Hope you're having a good week here. And if you will, like, share, comment on the post, and then you can join me in the book of Genesis, chapter 35, and just verse number 4 this morning. I want you to see something that happens here. And we've been talking these last few verses about what revival looks like, personal renewal. And I think this verse is what the old saying that says when the rubber hits the road. In verse 4, it says, "So they, the servants, everybody around him, gave to Jacob all the foreign gods that they had and the rings that were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree that was near Shechem." One of the ways what we see happening here is really, again, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. We can talk about revival, we can sing about revival, we can pray for revival. Well, we can even hold revival meetings. A friend of mine passed away now, but used to comment on how we have put signs out in front of our churches saying revival services, Monday through Thursday or whatever. And we'd come out of them just as dead as we went into them, to the point where our community thinks we're a bunch of liars. You say you have a revival, sing about it, pray about it, preach about it, teach about it, whatever. But until there are actually some signs, some change in us, and what we see here is a picture of repentance. A change of direction. These people, they are to get rid of all their gods. They are to get rid of anything of that nature. They get rid of their idols, their earrings. They turn it all in. You may say, why earrings? Well, earrings are pretty common in our culture today. There are some groups who forbid jewelry and earrings, but generally speaking, they're pretty well accepted in our society. But in that day, they were typically a sign of idolatry. They were typically tied back to some kind of false worship. They were a sign of worldliness, and so Jacob takes all these things, he takes all these signs of the worldliness and the idolatry, and he buries it in the ground. That is a picture of repentance. Now, I will add here, I don't know what the long-term results were among these people who were turning in their earrings and their idols and things, but at this point anyway, at least it looks like, again, a picture of revival, a picture of repentance, when they changed from their old way of living, gave up those things, anything that took their mind, anything that took their attention off of God, and now they're ready to go to Bethel, the house of God. They're ready to go and to seek God. And so it's just a picture for us of revival. And so this morning, before we tomorrow start on that little journey on then to Bethel, we just pause here for a moment, and I think it's a good place for us to pause and ask ourselves, are there any earrings in our ears? Are there any idols or foreign gods in our life? Anything, as I said a moment ago, any of these things that might take your mind, take your thought, take your attention, take your heart. There's the word I'm looking for. Take your heart off of the things of God. If there are any, or even one, now would be a good time. Today would be a good day to take it out and bury it under the oak tree and to be rid of it, just like these folks did. You think about it. Have a great day. We will see you here tomorrow morning.